What is up, everybody, and welcome to Let's Look at Insurmountable 2.0. If you think this looks familiar on the channel, you would be absolutely correct. This is actually, believe it or not, the game that has the largest view count for a video on my channel. I had a little series running back when this first came out, and it blew up for me. It didn't blow up for like everybody else, but for me it blew up. It's the largest viewing I've ever had. And it's a great game, and 2.0 just came out, so I definitely wanted to share it with you guys again. Insurmountable is a mountain climbing roguelike game, survival game, where you're climbing a mountain, trying to get up, etc. You could play on any difficulty you want. We're going to play on normal. I haven't played in a very long time at this point. It's a great game, though, and they've apparently changed a ton about it. So we're going to do what we always do in the Let's Look At and let the game speak for itself. And I'm going to take it on here for a little bit and see. I don't know if this was in here last time. Oh, that's beautiful. It might have been there last time. Like I said, I remember basically nothing about the game. It's been forever. If you haven't played it, though, you should definitely check it out. So I'm going to give you what I remember about the game in... Okay, so we can actually just read it, I guess. In order to successfully complete a mountain, you have to navigate your character along the marked tiles. Time will pass and your stats will not change until your character moves. Left click a valid tile at a checkpoint the character should move to. You can add more checkpoints. Right click to stop the character or remove the final checkpoint. Alternatively, you can press the move button or stop your character. Move or stop your character. You can also use the speed button to make your burning walk faster. Okay. You cast your gaze over the enormous mountain landscape. You've traveled across the globe seeking out adventure, but this island is like nothing you've seen before. As far as you can tell, it's largely unexplored. The only information you could find were a few rumors about an unknown occupying place. On the way here, you stumbled across an abandoned property and lost places. You wonder what happened here, what secrets the island is keeping. Then you shake your head. It might be nice to have some answers, but your goal is clear. To reach the summit, that is why you're here. That is what drives you. Also, I forgot to say, this is free to play on the Epic Game Store right now, April 14th, 2022 through April 21st, 2022, I do believe. So if you're watching that between these times, jump on there, go grab it. Free, great game. All right. So this is us. And our goal is to make it all the way up there. Now, I could just click up there. I could just like left click up there and it would make a path. Terrible path, though. Don't trust it. Don't trust the path. I don't remember how to get rid of the path. Oh god, stop moving. Stop moving. Stop. Fine. That's what we wanted to do anyway. How do I get rid of the... how do I get rid of the thing? Stop! There we go. Okay, we figured it out. So, the way I used to play when I first started is I would just walk like crazy. You know, I would just zoom, try to go straight to the top as quickly as possible. I found out that was a terrible way to do it. So you have to balance your levels. You have sanity, you have body temperature, you have energy, and you have oxygen. And also, you'll have things to recover these things. You can rest in a tent. Yes. You can rest in a tent, which will allow you to not lose as much temperature when you are sleeping outside. You can use the hot tea to affect your body temperature. You can use a climbing rope, which will make negative 40% energy cost on all terrain, which is great. Takes less energy. You can use this 3 times. It takes minus 40% energy cost everywhere you use it, and you can have food for energy. You also have all these equipment slots, which we can equip equipment for later. Now, the world has these little markers, which are encounters basically that you can go to. There's different ones. This is like it could be people, it could be animals. This is like a cave, and this is like a treasure spot. And things could happen in these things. Now, I could let the game speak for itself, but I'm not going to. Also, the game just looks wonderful. Now, the way I found the best way for myself to travel is basically I would go, if it was on an even plane, that's fine. You know, I'd go on the even plane. So go ahead and walkity walk on that even plane. Now, whenever I got to a place where I could get up, down, I would manually decide which path to take. A gust of wind catches you almost as you fall into deep fissure. You flail wildly with your arms, trying to keep your balance. Suddenly, someone grabs your wrist and pulls you back from the edge. That was close. Just a second later and you would have fallen to your death. You certainly tell yourself that you really have to pay more attention. No need to press your luck when there's danger at every turn. Your knee's still weak. You look at your rescuer. She's a young woman in a threadback anorak. There is a green stone fastened around her neck and a leather strap. Fascinated, you stare at the hand-carved charm. Its soft glow is almost hypnotizing. The stranger coughs and without saying a word holds out some provisions for you to take. Accept the gift. You want to give her something in return, so you search through your pack. You finally find something and look up, but the strange woman is gone. A bizarre meeting, which can't help but be grateful for help. So we just got an oxygen shank. Beautiful. Oxygen won't come into play until we reach a certain point on the mountain, but once it comes into play, you're definitely gonna want to be careful of it. So I also found out that while we're down here below oxygen and below the super cold area, it's a good idea to try to hit up some encounters, you know, try to get a bunch of stuff. Now encounters can go poorly, but they can also reward you with some pretty good stuff. As you gaze around, you notice a faint light in the distance. It flits back and forth, up and down. So this will take time. Now, as you can see over here, the time of day, once it gets nighttime, it's exactly what you expect. It gets cold. There's also weather. Tomorrow it will be colder than what it is today. We're going to take this time to approach it carefully since we're down at the bottom of the mountain. As you get closer, you realize it's fireflies. What a beautiful and unexpected light snow. We got experience for discovering that. We get it from outcomes from events, and we also got a little bit of sanity back. So we're going to go from that back up. Great, fantastic. So I think I am going... So to get up there, you'd have to do that. I don't really want to climb that. It seems like, go around and come back over if I wanted to. Yeah, I could come like this way, and there's probably an easier way to climb up. Or we could just go for those caves and another one right up there. We'd miss out on the treasure, but I think that's okay. Now, anytime you can, and from my experience, you always want to just do the one-up climbs. The one-up climbs and the one-down climbs take way less energy than any other climbs in the game. So we're going to go check this out for you guys. Go ahead and go. So you can plan out your thing, and in my experience, it is best to definitely plan it yourself. Don't let the game plan it out for you. The game plans terribly. And it's no fault of the game. The game is taking you the shortest quote-unquote route up. Cave. You enter a cave. It's dry and sheltered from the wind. We could lie down and sleep, which we don't really need to. It's for energy, or we just leave the cave. We can just leave the cave. No big deal. Sometimes there's things in the cave. Now this is a 2 climb. See how much energy that would use? You'd use 4 energy, right? This would use 1 energy. So now we have to decide, is it faster for us to do this, which will end up using 10 energy, or doing something like this, which is 4 energy. You see how big of a difference that is. It is way more tiles to go this route, but it is way less energy to go this route as well. So like I said, when you can do 1-ups and 1-downs, you want to do them. It's just better. We can walk that far and still not use the amount of energy that it was going to take us. Now it wants you to do that. You don't want to do that. I just said you don't want to do that. You're going to go back this way. We'll take that off for now, and we'll just walk from here to there. Yeah, 8 energy from going all the way around here to up to there. So 2 energy less than literally just going from here to here along those 4 steps. Insane how much it matters for you to choose your own path. Now it's nighttime. It's going to be a little bit colder at night. You can sleep at night. It's a great way to restore energy. It's also a great way to pass time if you don't want to travel at night. Definitely nothing wrong with not wanting to travel at night. It takes the temperature goes down and minus 1.5, minus 0.5 for our sanity as we get over here. But we're okay right now. We're pretty high. While staring at the starry sky, you notice there a shooting star. Now we can choose. We want energy or do we want sanity? Well, we want energy. Sanity is fine. We're at 9. We were only down to 90, and energy will let us keep going. So we're going to take some energy. And if we were gonna sleep, we would go sleep in this cave. Okay, now you see, this is a not safe step. Okay, now we're on to, we've been on this safe little terrain. This is not any longer. This can hurt us. Every step we take on terrain that's hazardous can hurt you. It has a chance, a percentage chance to do some damage. So we just hope as we step through here that it doesn't, and it'll show up. There are 3 different types of terrain: rock, standard, rubble. Subterranean can trigger dangerous events. Grass can no special property. Snow, snow drifts, deep snow, ice, glacier, and ice labyrinth. Hazardous terrain can hurt as you move over them. We did not roll something that hurt us, luckily. Drive. We can notice a smell. We could go investigate the smell, or we could not. Let's go investigate. Follow the smell, but you're unable to find anything but fur and bones. That's okay. We're going to return to the cave entrance. Dry. Let's go ahead and lie down. We could lie down and sleep. Okay. We could sleep briefly, because I am of the opinion that getting through the night quickly is a good idea. So I like to sleep. Especially when we run into a cave, and especially early on. So I'm going to sleep. I'm going to take that time away. I'm not going to sleep long. I'm going to sleep briefly. I'm going to take that time away, get my temperature back up, get it close to daytime, and then we're going to click this level up. Now, this is one of the coolest parts about the game. We get different things. Let's see here. We got preserve energy. This is a limited time effect. 24 hours on this, and I don't believe these were actually in when I last played. We will have minus 18% energy cost on all terrain. So in the next 24 hours, we would want to go as far as we possibly could if we took this. Now here's take it slow. Gain some energy, body temperature, and oxygen when waking up. Whenever you wake up, we gain some energy, we gain a body temperature, gain oxygen. If you think you're going to be low, this is probably good. And it also, you see, it says taking slow 1, so there's probably more farther along that'll boost that even more. Or you can take warm thoughts 1. Whenever you consume an item, you gain 4 body temperature. And so whenever we consume something for energy, for oxygen, for sanity, we'll also get a boost to our temperature. I like take it slow. That's 4 boosts every time we wake up. Yeah, we're going to take it. Don't choose that again. That's fine. And then you get this little cool thing where it sorts. Ooh. I don't know. Could be the worst bad choice. Could be a great choice. Now we want to choose. There's a big ice thing over here that we could climb up. Or we could work our way around this small slope. Less events, but a smaller slope to climb up. And remember, your goal is to get up. Your goal is not necessarily to hit like all of the events in the world. Your goal is to get up. So I'm going to plot out my course here. Always taking 1-ups if I can. All the way up until the point where I can not see anymore. And we're going to go. Now, we are going over some hazardous terrain. It's going to happen from time to time. You're going to walk over hazardous terrain in this game. I don't think there's any path. There might be, but I do not believe there is any path up where you're not going to walk over hazardous terrain. Now, our body temperature is fine. Like, it's cold day, but it's okay. Clear weather, no negative effects. Cold weather has negative impact on your body temperature. Stormy weather has negative impact on energy and time. Okay. So we're in some cold weather today, but our body temperature is okay for the most part. Oh, here we go. You approach a canyon and notice that a rope has been stretched across it. What could have done that, and can you risk it? We could shimmy across the rope, or we could turn around and take a detour. If we take a detour, we use up time. Shimmy across the rope, we lose sanity. But something might happen if we do either of these. Who knows? I am thinking, since we're already we're not low, but sanity's definitely lower than our temperature, I'm going to turn around and take a detour. If the rope snapped, you would have never survived the fall. You decide to find another way. Now, rope definitely could have snapped. There's other, after you click the button, it's not something could happen. Like, there's a chance that some other event could take place after you've clicked that button. So you need to think about the other things that could possibly happen, and you'll learn them after a time as well. Now, we've come to our first thing. We've got this giant thing. If I just clicked here, you'll lose 9 energy. Now, I wonder if I clicked, if I used this. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's use that. Now we're going to use 5 energy. Better. 5 energy is better? Yes, it is. Crazily enough. I'm definitely going to make use of my tools. And don't be afraid to make use of your tools. They're there for a reason. They're there to help you get along. Ooh. go find out what that is about. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Now, I always had a problem with, like, the angles of the camera and stuff. It feels a little awkward to me as you're looking around sometimes, but it's okay. Now, this is a little bit of a waste of energy, but we're still early on in the mountain, so I don't mind going and snagging this. Encounter cloaked mountaineer. He points a flask at you and holds his hands together. Now, we could give him this tea, or we could give him nothing. Who knows what happens? I'm gonna give him the tea. Mountaineer bows and continues on his way. Gain some XP. That's okay. Now, that takes 12 energy, but I think not that way. I think if you do that, it'll end up taking less. Yeah, I thought so. Like I said, if you can see a shorter climb, take the shorter climb. Climbs take so much energy. Take the shorter climbs. We can climb over the rocks, or we can take a detour. Take a lot of energy to climb over the rocks, or a little bit of temperature. We're going to do the temperature because, yeah, we're going to do the temperature because we have a lot of temperature. Test the rocks with the masonry fed flags. When false moving, you could start an avalanche. Now, I used to be pretty good at getting to the top and finishing a run. I don't know if I'll be as good as I once was, or if I'll be as good once as I ever was, but we're going to give it a shot. I think that's the path to go for now. We're going to keep going. I like to go pretty low on my energy and stuff, especially when I have resources in my inventory to help with it. So we're going to keep going here for sure. Try to make it to a cave is my opinion, honestly. You kind of click mountaineer again. He's holding a vacuum flask filled with tea in his hands, which he passes to you. Then he pulls out some herbs and a torch and offers them to you. Yeah. We could take the torch, which helps in caves. Okay, so I take all of them, obviously, yeah. But okay, so I didn't see the we take all of them thing. So we can take the torch, which is increased light radius, and I'm pretty sure it'll help us in certain encounters, and the hot tea back. Beautiful, look at that. Pays to help me. The mountaineer looks at you, stunned, shaking his head, and continues on his way. Lose a little sanity, get all the items though. That's fine. Take advantage of when people are giving you items. Items are king. Get those items. They're incredible. Whenever you reach point of interest, gain sanity. Okay. Whenever you use a consumable, body temperature, or increased oxygen moving plus 20 maximum. I love the oxygen ones. Oxygen is usually the hardest thing for me to control later on. I take the oxygen. Absolutely. We're going to do that, and then we're going to go back over here to this cave. And notice how it'll put my energy pretty low, but it'll give us the cave. St. Bernard, you suddenly hear a loud bark behind you. Spin around and see St. Bernard biting towards you, panting and tongue lolling. As it obediently sits at your feet, you notice a harness on the back. There's a bag strapped to it. There's a bag. Waits patiently. Inside, you find equipment. So we get boots, minus 15% energy on stone, and another flask. Items are king. Keep getting items. Also, I try to do as many events as possible to get those levels cranking up. Levels are good. I like levels. Inner cave. Let's follow the wind inside the cave. Countless stalactites hang from the ceiling, blocking your path. You have to search for gaps between the enormous rock formations. Tucking underneath them, you suddenly hear a grinding noise. The last second, you narrowly dodge the pointed projectile that comes crashing down from above. It was a hair's breadth from piercing your torso. Then you see something that makes your blood run cold. A short distance ahead, you a corpse riddled with stalactites. That poor soul, if only you had your luck. Feeling more than a little queasy, you rummage through the fur pouch he was carrying. You find valuable equipment and hastily tuck it into your pack. Then you leave to turn. Then you turn to leave. This place is just too dangerous. We got crampons, which are for ice. I think we're crossing more ice right now than stone, so we'll do that. We got some crampons, and then we're going to lie down to take a sleep. Probably going to sleep long here, recover a little bit of temperature, go into the day. Well, this gets us into daytime too. What is it tomorrow? It's cold, but it's okay. Yeah, let's sleep briefly. It puts us right into daytime, and it bumps up. No, we want the energy. Let's sleep long. I think that's fine. Alright, we're awake. And off. Unlike real life, the cave is gone. Let's go over that way. I can't really see very well. I'm gonna go for that treasure and encounter for sure, and maybe that obelisk. Bear boulders, you know, some just below you, waving his arm frantically, trying to tell you to hurry, meaning the rocks are loosening and danger plummeting. Yeah, if he tells me to hurry, we're gonna go quickly. Jump from rock to rock to escape the danger zone as quickly as possible. You twist your ankle. You yelp in pain, but hobble on until you feel firm ground beneath you again. You pause to examine your injury. Your ankle's already swelling up. So we got a sprained ankle. 16 hours. We have plus 30% energy cost on all terrain. That's so rough. For 16 hours. 15 and a half now. Oh, that's rough. All right, we're going to go climb up here because you know what? Who cares if we're experiencing extra energy cost? We want to discover things. Discover some wild berries on a bush. They're bright in color, orange almost. You hesitate, but they can be poisonous. A little sustenance will do great. We'll try one of the berries. Berries taste exotic and re-energize you. You're just about to reach into a bush when you stop. Your stomach tells you you've had enough. Alright, so luckily we didn't eat a ton of them, so we didn't get too upset. Ooh, so we get take it slow too, where we get 7, 7, and 7 whenever we wake up. That's pretty good. Or one more push. Plus 3 oxygen per hour when moving. Plus 3 oxygen event. Minus sand. Ooh, I don't like that. Fresh air. When oxygen's above 60, minus... Oh, that's actually really big for us because we got the oxygen increase, right? Yeah, we'll take that. Fresh air. We use less energy on terrain now? Absolutely. The local man sitting against a rock waves you over, and as you approach him, he holds out an oxygen bottle. His face is contorted with pain. He says something to you, but you don't understand a word. All right, we could take some time and find out what's wrong with him. Take a lot from us, but to boost our sanity. Let's do it. Let's find out what's wrong with the guy. Look stranger and who keeps grabbing your shoulder. You're sure that he is dislocated. You just want him to hold your hand. You pull with a jerk. He screams, and there's silence. A few seconds later, the stranger's beaming at you. He offers the oxygen bottle again, which you take. You're glad you were able to help him. We got a boost, and we got an oxygen bottle. Beautiful, beautiful. Stick these here for now. I like to make 2s. Okay. Got a cave anywhere coming up? No. Means we'll... Oh, we have a cave down here. It isn't really too far. And it leads to this. So I'm going to go to this, then to this, and then... yeah. It's okay to backtrack a little bit sometimes. It's okay to dip back down, you know, and check it out. I mean, we're still so far from the summit. It's kind of ridiculous. Kind of crazy. Come across the remnants of a wall. A weathered stone wolf's head stares at you lifeless. Oh, I gotta stay to examine the relic, absolutely. You're astounded by the delicate craftsmanship. How old must this wolf head be? One thing is clear, people once lived here and erected impressive structures, but what kind of civilization was it? And why have you never heard of them? As you ruminate on the many unanswered questions, your eyes wander into a small chest. You find valuable equipment inside. We got a hiking staff, which is minus 12% energy cost on flat terrain and minus 12% when climbing. 1 height difference. So what that means when you see 1 height difference is it'll only give you that decrease if it's a climb of 1 high. So like from here to here. If you did it from here to here, you wouldn't get that decrease in energy cost. Is basically what that's telling you. Inner cave, it's dry and sheltered from the wind. Farther back you see a small tunnel. We explore the tunnel, absolutely. Dark, but you can't see. We use the torch. Torch illuminates the passageway, and you go ever deeper into the cave system. Finally, you enter the chamber and find a box containing some provisions. The light of the torch begins to flicker. You quickly pocket the provisions. Just got 2 more food for using that torch. I think that's acceptable. And we're going to lie down and take a nap. You're going to sleep a long time, get that temperature back, get that energy back, but take up that time. Now, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting to the top of the summit in this Let's Look At, but that's okay. I want to leave some things for you guys to find. Okay, so now we're in some weather. There's weather today and weather tomorrow. So sleeping today really doesn't matter because it's going to keep on keeping. Could sleep today if we thought that it would be helpful. But it doesn't seem like it will be because the weather just keeps going. Boots crunch, walk. Suddenly the ground gives way beneath you. You sink up to your neck. You can only move. Gotta dig ourselves out or pull ourselves out. Apparently our body temperature is fine if we dig ourselves out. Which... Scoop the snow aside with your bare hands. Your cold fingers become unbearable, eating in deep into the tissue. Finally, you once again have enough room to move and you're able to heave your body out over the edge. Continue on. Brave this storm. You can do it. You can do it. I love this this fresh air one. Yeah, I love this fresh air one. Minus 12% time on all things we move on. And we're actually gaining body temperature right now. It's actually not that cold. Even though the storm is going crazy, it's actually just a decrease on your sanity and your energy. It's not making it any colder. So since it's daytime, it's still warmer, so we're still gaining energy. It's a pretty big deal. Gotta pay attention to that stuff. Nearby on an abandoned camp, you make out a couple of empty oxygen bottles. You can take time to search the tents. Yeah, we're going to take our time to search the tents. I know it's going to bring us into nighttime, but that's fine. I want everything I can find. And our level ups. I want our level ups too. Ooh. One second, guys. Alright, I'm back. Oh, this fresh air is so good, though. Body temperature per hour when resting in events? Ooh. I'm active during sleep outside, though. I'm gonna take fresh air, too. Yes, we can see very well right now. It's so nice. At least we're not injured anymore. That's good. Great. You find a fur pouch hanging from a branch of a skeleton tree. You stop and look as if someone placed it there on purpose. As you open the pouch, you discover a tent inside. Offering something inside tells you that you should not only take, but also give. What would you leave in its place? Tents are pretty good. You offer canned food for a tent? The only problem is we don't actually have I'm not going to use boots, though. Don't mind me just playing Tetris. Yep. Those boots are gone. That's okay. Had a counter and a shrine, I believe is what those are. Can't really tell from the darkness at the moment, though. So difficult to see. I would play till the top of the summit for this Let's Look At, but I want to leave some things for you guys to explore. I'm just giving you the beginner tips. Beginner tips, beginner tricks, all that jazz. Pretty sure this is the way. Fastest speed, please. Goat! You counter goat. It's nibbling on some herbs. We always give the goat food. We love the goat. Friendly bleat and shared its herbs with you. Love you too, goat. Love you too. Continuing on. Goat is super friend. We always help the goat. The golden eagle lands in front of you. Its wings carrying it majestically to the ground. Fascinating, you watch it. And it watches you too, unafraid. You can't explain why, but the encounter feels magical. Fully wrapped up in this moment, you regain warmth, because we're down a lot of warmth. So that's why you go to shrines right there. Shrines usually have a big boost in 2 skills that you can choose from. Try to take those. I can't see my way over to here. We're gonna let it do this just because I can't see. And we'll stop and change if we see something different that we want to. Like, we probably should have gone down. But honestly, I can't see that well in this. You guys might be able to see better than me. Stop. I tried to stop him. It didn't work. I wanted to go from there to there. You encounter a common mountain goat. It's standing behind a rock and uses its head to point emphatically in the direction you're walking. Is it trying to warn you? We hide behind the rock. Walking just a few feet, it was a wild cat. It neither notices neither you nor the goat. This is why you trust the goat. You thought I was crazy. The goat just saved us from a wild cat. Yeah, that's right. Lunar cave, it's trying to shelter from the wind. Let's lie down and sleep. For a long time. Let's get all that energy back and all that temperature back. They're doing wonderfully at the moment. Alrighty. I can't see much of anything, but I think that's a pretty decent place to call it, guys. There's so much more of this game to explore. There's bigger mountains. There's things that happen after you reach the summit that I'm not going to tell you about, but just make sure you have some energy and some stuff when you reach the summit. Don't spend it all getting to the summit because you might have to be able to climb back down. Also, oxygen comes into play when you get a little bit higher up, and you got the oxygen zone where you start losing oxygen, and it's not at a slow rate normally. But that's going to do for this Let's Look At, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you've got anything to say, go to the comments below, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscription button and the bell. If you want to see more, check out this video down here. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.